Millennial Gaze.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? I thought I would be done with that very tempting mouth bite of potato salad. I should have just waited to eat it, but thank you for being here. Welcome to my small studio apartment. Um, we are here. We can't afford anything bigger, but it's nice and cozy here. So I just wanted to, come and hang out with y'all, have the week off. So I have some time to do extra little shows like this. So I thought I'd come and say what's up. I do have my dinner here. I'm gonna try too hard not to be smacking in your face. Hey, Jazzy, what's up? I'm gonna try too hard not to be eating in your face, but y'all already know I got my smoke, got my little warm beer or whatever, and we got some shit to talk because not only was I felt like I wasn't able to really quite cap off what happened yesterday, um, when I showed you the what do you call it? What are them people's those weirdos that I had that panel on an Amazing Lucas panel. um, I saw something today because I think my algorithm kind of picked up on like something, and so I ran across a very interesting video. I did too. I know it was a little ratchet, Jazzy, because we had to comb through some ratchetness to really get to the message, but hey, sometimes you just got to do that, get down and dirty to really figure some things out. um there's one I couldn't find the timestamp throughout the 8 hours, but I was pretty much just like, well, why don't you guys just like be gay or like date yourselves or something? And my algorithm pulled something up, right? And yeah, cool. I'm really trying to keep the channel like that. I'm not gonna be wearing a suit anytime soon, especially, when we got, two people watching us at the at this time. I don't feel like I need to button up. And also I'm tired of decorum. There is nothing decorous about our situation that we're in. And so if you ain't gonna be on some real shit while we're dealing with this, then I can't fuck with you for real. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like this ain't some fucked up shit. So I'm just, that ain't me. If this ain't your vibe, then hey, find somebody that is. But until then, maybe when I get like a nice microphone, I'll start acting proper. But until then, I'm in the studio apartment. I can't afford decorum. I ain't got time for that. We getting attacked out here. But anyway, invite your friends, like, comment, share, subscribe. We chilling tonight. Please be sure to make sure you're comfortable and warm and you got your snacks and your provisions and things. We're gonna sit here and talk a little bit. And also it's cold outside. So definitely stay warm because it definitely dropped out. So I don't want y'all to be getting sick out here and none of that. So anywho, let's just get into it. We got our first little segment. I wanted to finish off some stuff. So one thing that I wanted to say, hold on, let me get my little banner up, my little cute banner that I made because I know how to do this now. All right, so this is our first segment. There is nothing. So we talked about this yesterday, right? There is nothing. Oh, that's a weird banner. Thanks for watching. Come back next time. Let me change that one too. Let's do this one. All right. So, like I said earlier, I was like, okay, well, just date men. You don't seem to like women. There's nothing attractive about anything that these men that are so gung ho about just oppressing people are even saying. So it's just like, just we don't even want you, bro. Like, can we leave? While you guys are figuring this out amongst yourselves, all naked or whatever you need to do, black women, especially because the panel was specifically guided towards black women. They were really trying to attack black women specifically in that panel because it was full of black men. So anyway, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they just mean women in general. The first caller sounded like he might have been like Latino or something, but I don't know. Anywho, but yeah, just go ahead and figure that out. We're gonna be sipping margaritas on the beach. Y'all let us know when your orders come in. You know what I mean? Tommy Sotomayor, the ain't she the judge? Yeah, ain't that no, I'm thinking I might be thinking of the wrong. I thought her name was something else, Sotomayor, but is that the judge's like daughter? Let me know more about what you're talking about because I don't think so. Um, I might be completely off. So if you can educate me on some shit, I would really appreciate it. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. This is freestyle. So anyway, I was just thinking, yeah, okay. Yeah. I definitely was. Okay. Let me know who that is. Drop it in the chat. So anyway, let me play this first clip about why I really think that first of all, these men just need to get together and like do their manly man shit and why they are not even proving themselves to even be like attractive at all. So here, just hold tight while I pull this up for you. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me get this ad out the way. And I know it was at like 35 or something. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Let me move my StreamYard over here. Tommy Sotomayor is a guy here on YouTube that has views like that guy that was on the panel in the show. Oh, he constantly complains about black women. Oh, okay. I'll look him up just to peek in on the bullshit. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I'm talking about these type of dudes here. And then they always say that they so attractive. They got so much to offer. We're gonna protect you while actively taking away our weapons. Like we can't even have weapons. Like, what if you die? So I'm just supposed to sit here and wait for the next black man to come along and there ain't gonna be nothing to protect if I just sit here and wait. I don't get it. But because these motherfuckers are not smart. That and I'm gonna show you a prime example of what I'm saying right now. It's unattractive. So go ahead and be with your dudes, you know? Here. Oh, sorry.
That shit early because by the time they get to ninth grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses. And
sorry, I forgot to add it to the stage, you guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna wind it back.
I think that shit gonna take over.
No, but seriously though,
right?
you should though. We gotta start teaching our kids though, just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early because. By the time they get to ninth grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to learn how to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
I ain't gonna say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math.
First of all, you sound like you can't even form a fucking thought. And you know, hey, I'm not unless he has some sort of like speech impediment or something, which I know a lot of people kind of grow out of that thing or whatever. But I'm like, so I'm not hating on anybody that struggles with actually like speech. There are ways to combat that, and there are a lot of people that do and actually are very successful in their lives because of that. So that is just my put that to the side. That is not what I'm talking about. This motherfucker right here literally can't even put together his thought about not being able, he don't think people should be able to read. But let's I guess we could go. Is this the cream of the crop, y'all? This is it.
Man, I think you can listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. And you don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power. Not you.
You gotta read
listen.
your contract, Elves.
You don't have to. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy? It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky
You don't have
it
to
is.
read. Shit gets told to you.
It'll be so. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like you don't need to know how to read.
Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit.
At a restaurant. Like it's mad shit you gotta read.
You saying that? You just gotta know what you like.
You know what I want.
You ain't gotta read the restaurant. You can just say, "What is this? A steak joint? I want steak, nigga. I want what y'all steak come with? What y'all got? When the waiter come,
reading way more important.
When the waiter come, you be like, what come?"
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to stand up for this dumb shit.
Why he get his feet together? So what do you guys think about that? Seriously. This is what and they feel like they're entitled for women to just be dropping panties for that. Talking about, oh, you know you like steak. Well, bitch, read it off the menu. Can you read numbers? Like what? So you're gonna be on your date with apparently you have all this money. And I need people to stop making money off of this dumb shit. I think this should be like a very low paying job here. If this is what you want to do with your life, get on a podcast like this and be fucking borderline R-word. You need to make like $1 an hour. Okay, there needs to be a cap on how much you can make for saying some stupid shit like this. Because all these men sitting in here on this dumb shit are gonna go into a panel and say some really fucked up shit about women and how they're supposed to just be so enthralled with that. So this Roland, he don't even need to go any further in it, because I'm honestly like, there's a man, I don't know what his name is. Let me just pull it up. Boop, boop, boop. He's called the public offender. I think I may have shown a video from him before. Sorry about that, guys. Fucking ass.
So I went on a first date with a woman recently.
Anyway, I think I may have shown a video with this man before here. He is very much so like progressive, feminist man. And very hard to find on YouTube, by the way. I mean, this is like one of the only ones that I've been his channel is literally only about how to protect women, like in allyship with women. There are not very many out there. I'm sure there are more. Most of them, if it is involving men, they're like gay men. This is a straight man. You know, they're all out there, but this channel is literally for women. Let me just grab the timestamp here, 2:10. Let me just go to that real quick. So he starts this video out. This is kind of talking about, there are a few people talking about lavender marriages. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Yeah, it is cool. I don't know if you guys know what lavender marriage is. I kind of had heard about it, but never really, because I kind of lean towards the polyamorous side of things. I'm totally fine with monogamous relationships, but if someone that I really like was like, hey, but I'm poly and I also have, like, as long as the honesty and the communication is open and stuff, I don't mind. I don't care, as long as nobody is lying. But lavender marriages are pretty much, I'll have them explain it, because it's just easier that way. So just hold tight. Let me take this banner down though, because I really only use these banners just to kind of help me keep an eye on the timestamp while I'm trying to do clips, because I'm trying to make these things easier for me. All right, but I can't move as fast as Katie with my little puny ass computer. All right, what is that, Jazzy? I'm gonna answer your question right now. Like, comment, share, subscribe, invite your friends. All right, let's press play.
On board with just pushing that narrative and that message, because it's true. Women and queer folk as a group, as groups, as a collective, are extremely progressive compared to like cishet men and even a lot of cishet women, to be honest with you. But I think most, even I don't know, I just feel like most cishet women are just exponentially more progressive than the average cishet man, you know. And one way in particular is the relationship dynamics. We are very rigid in the way that we approach relationships, both men and women, right? As groups. But I think that women are extremely rigid in how they approach relationships because of the societal pressures that men put on them, because men created the society. Men also are pressured, don't get me wrong, but we're doing it to ourselves. You see what I mean? Like, we created the system, we perpetuate the system, you know, so it's not the same. Like, I know there are women that buy into it, but the system was created by men for men, so it's different, right? We have a different relationship with the system. And women are pressured financially, socially, religiously. Like, women are pressured at every single turn to be in relationships with men, with, you know, cishet men or men, I don't know, whatever, men. A lot of these dudes be gay. DL, I would say. But anyways,
yes,
I find it very, very interesting though when you.
A lot of these dudes do be gay. I was gonna say that. Yeah, you know, a lot of these dudes be gay, married to women with kids and everything, and depressed and miserable. But I'll let him continue. But I do want to say this. I really do like his channel. I highly recommend you check it out. One of the only people on YouTube that like does this type of specific content. And I tried to get him on the show. I sent an email like months ago. Actually, I think even when we were still on We the People, the Millennial Gays was still on We the People. So I'll try again. But I mean, it's really hard for a small channel to convince anybody to do anything. They're like, who the fuck are you? You know? So
When you look at how feminine presenting people approach relationships, how much more fluid they are, it just makes more sense on a societal level. It just makes more sense. If you are heterosexual, you're cishet, and you want to marry and date another, you know, somebody of the opposite gender who is cishet and heterosexual, which I think that still applies to most people, you know, perfectly fine. I'm not speaking for those people, but I do believe that there is a super large group of people that would be open to being in relationships with people that have different sexual orientations than them if society wasn't so rigid, if men weren't so oppressive. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. But I came across this video and it just kind of sent me down this little rabbit hole, and I'm just like, this is so interesting, this conversation. I don't really hear people talking about it, and it's probably just because, again, like I'm like a cishet man, you know what I'm saying? Like, so where would I come across this content for the most part?
So I went on a first date with a woman recently, and we needed to.
Okay, so before he explains lavender marriage. So thanks for, I wanted public offender to introduce himself and kind of like y'all get a feel for what kind of stuff he does. And so yes, this is the explanation on what a lavender marriage is. So just so you have a little heads up there, let's get into it.
Obvious reasons. One, because I'm obviously gay, and we need to figure out, like, one, how did we get here? Two, how did it go? And three, what are we thinking? Okay. So about a year ago, I was about to be 39, and I had a viral video, like 20 million views. I'm not joking when I say viral, about lavender marriage, which is when a gay man and a woman, whether maybe she's queer, maybe she's not, get together for whatever reason. Like, for me, it's more about I want companionship. I want to have a house. I want to have a family. And those things have not materialized for me. And I'm a girl's guy. Like, I love women. So anyway, I have this crazy viral video, and the amount of offers I have received from all over the world, comments, DMs, emails, a lot in the range of like, I would love a chance to get to know each other, which I thought is so indicative of probably the difference between men and women making these offers. Is like, they were like, hey, like, let's feel this out. And at the beginning, I was just so overwhelmed that I ignored like almost all of them. And also, I just didn't know what I was doing. Like, is this what I actually want? Or, am I going to be with a guy? Right. And a woman slid into my DMs, and she was an actress model, and I've been on my creative streak. And so I was like, oh, this is fun. So we started corresponding, but she found me through the lavender marriage video. So that's like the premise to set the stage. And we just started corresponding, and it felt really natural. And then we just agreed that if we were in the same place ever at the same time, that we would get together. And so we were both in LA. We decided to hang, and, a normal person would have just agreed to do coffee or a walk, but I'm kind of like all in or not when I meet people. So it was like, let's go to dinner. So we meet for dinner. She's stunning. And the whole time it was so interesting because there was no pressure on our hangout, on our meetup. But at the same time, there was this like thing in the back of my head of like how we met. And like, is this like that potential? And I was really drawn to her. I was really attracted to her. I don't know like how, like I just attracted to her in general. And yeah, we hung out for 3 hours. It was a delight. We want to hang out again. Nothing happened other than that. And I'm just sort of like, oh my God, that was a date. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing because I'm such an extrovert sometimes. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's hang out. But then I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, I could have kissed her. I might have liked it. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But yeah, that's how I ended up on my first date with a woman as a gay man who's about to be 40.
Sorry, muted. I'm gonna pause it right there. Interesting, right? So that's what a lavender marriage is, or a lavender relationship is. It's kind of like queer people. I have another example of it, but it's pretty much like a straight person and a gay man getting together. I know he's cute, isn't he? He's so cute. Yeah, I ship it. I ship it. Whatever they got going on, I ship it. I'm here for it. I think that it makes them happy. It sounds like it makes her happy too. Oh, side note, oh my God, I'm gonna just bring that bitch up. I'm just gonna bring it up. Remind me to bring up the hot ones, Sean Evans and Kiki Palmer later. I'm gonna put that in the exit message. But yeah, anyway, oh my God. Yeah, I gotta show you guys that because I love cute people falling in love. I don't know. I just love that shit, man. I'm jealous of Megan Thee Stallion, but not in a bad way. I think she's probably a really nice person. I really liked how she got her graduated from Tennessee or something. I don't know. She went back to school and she really wanted to finish up her school. I think for her grandma. I thought that was really cool. She seemed all right. She hang out with Cardi, or her and Cardi did WAP together, and I was like, yeah, okay, I fuck with you because I fuck with Cardi. So, I was like, cool. And then Klay Thompson, I always thought we were gonna get married. He's my favorite basketball player. He seems like a really cool dude. I don't know. I feel like we would just get along anyway. We even without like relationship shit or whatever. I just think we would just like probably just be cool, like be good friends. He likes video games and weird shit same way I do. I love to swim and love the water as well. So I don't know. He just seemed like we would have a lot in common. Anyway, but yeah, when I heard they got together, I thought that was super cute. I'm like, okay, you better take care of my Klay Thompson. I love that man. Yeah, he does. I mean, I heard he is actually. So shy, but yeah. More on the quiet side. Smart. Seems like he was very smart. smart dude too, which is right up. We don't like dumb bitches, okay? I don't care if you're a man, woman, cat, dog. Shit, if you stupid, I don't fuck with you. How about that? Can we start there? I don't know what you guys are into, but I do not like dumb people. It is so repulsive. All right, let's get but yeah, I ship cute things. So remind me to bring up Kiki Palmer and Sean Evans that I saw today. I'm gonna let this play and pull that up actually.
That you find when you almost make a 40-year-old gay man fold. But no, in all seriousness though, that right there, like we joke about lavender marriages in my lives all the time. Like when men come up and they tend to not like women that much, and they, we think a lot of us think that men are repressing their sexual desires to be with men, and they lash out on women a lot of times. And so people clock that. I also just think that there is a general there's just something like special about, again, like how queer folk and women can just be so like free in these situations. They're not allowing themselves to be so restricted by societal expectations or pressures. And I think a lot of that obviously has to do with the fact that, especially with queer people, like they have been, you already kind of like have to do that especially if you come out, you already don't give a fuck pretty much, right? Like I just want men to,
So
I feel like the world.
I skipped up a little bit, but right? I mean, isn't that? I mean, it just seems that when you're free, you're happier. You don't give a fuck about what everybody else got going on. You just trying to make it out here just like everybody else. You're actually, the oppression like kind of brings people together. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I trust my gay dudes. I love them, man. I have never had no problems with nobody gay. Some of them can be kind of ratchet, but usually they are very good-hearted, wonderful people. I can't even think of like pretty much one gay man that I did not like get along with and have a great time with. You feel safe. You feel free and happy. You can talk about boys together. You can talk about how stupid boys are together. Right? Am I wrong here, guys? Is that just me? It just seems nicer. It's just so much nicer, easier, and then they also like boy shit too. So because not all gay dudes are just like flaming. Like a lot of them are actually just like super regular people, and so yeah, they like, and I'm more of like a, I don't know, kind of a nerdy. Like, but I like video games and like shit like that, Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff, anime, all sorts of stuff like that. And I don't know, all the boys like that stuff. And so I get along with straight men really well, like the cool ones. But yeah, I really do get along with gay men. I love them. Sometimes more than I get along with women, but I think growing up, I didn't really get along with girls, that many girls. I had like very close girlfriends, but like most of my friends were guys. But everybody's a little different. But as I've grown older, more women have come into my life that are cool as fuck. So I think it just kind of changes as you get older and experience more, Well, although I don't really think about shit like that. Like, I don't know. I have one question for y'all. And this is just me kind of just rat-a-tatting off of this at this point. But like, do you I don't know. I just think that like I don't know. I like friends, you know? Like I don't have you ever really been like, "Oh, I'm going on a girls' night?" If you were like when me and my ex-husband were together, we like went everywhere like all the time together. People would be like, "Where's May at?" You know, like we did not have girls' night and guys' night. We didn't separate our friends. Like we had we blended our friend group. Like we did not have boys and girls night out. Like maybe if for some reason one of us couldn't go, but if both of us could go, then we both of us was going. But it was never intentionally like to separate. One time I couldn't go with him and I didn't really want to. So it ended up being a boys' night. But it was like, you know what I mean? It's just never really like I never did that. That's not really my thing. When I'm in a relationship with somebody, you gotta really be able to hang out with my friends. I gotta be able to hang out with your friends. You know, I don't like that. Oh, like boys' night shit because I feel like they just get together and say stupid shit like what we just saw. You know, so maybe I'm crazy, but yeah, let's keep going.
Would be safer if men weren't, sexually repressed. Right? I'll just call it sexually because this doesn't necessarily have to do with sex, but I mean just like orientation, right? Wise. If men weren't so sexually repressed, I think the world would be safer for everybody. Right? I've heard men say that men and women can't be friends. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, yeah, I can only be friends with the man. Okay. So if you can't be vulnerable with a woman and you can only be friends with men, again, it sounds like you guys need to be in relationships with one another. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Again, this is not me bashing you or I'm not shaming you or anything. I'm literally doing the complete opposite of that. I'm genuinely saying that maybe it is time for cishet men to explore relationships with other cishet men or gay men even. I don't care, right? You could, we'll talk about that later. You don't have to be in a relationship, but like with the gay man or straight man, you know what I mean? Whatever, just whoever you are, whoever you feel like you can be vulnerable with and that you can be friends with, you should be in a relationship with them.
This robotic puppy looks so real, it completely fooled my neighbor who's a veterinarian. I've been a grandmother for 15 years, and this is the smart.
I apologize about that. This isn't my premium account. This is the TMG account, so I get ads on it. I'm not paying for 2 YouTube premiums, so sorry about that.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure that's not every person you meet anyway. But if you feel like you can't, listen to what I'm saying. I want to make sure I'm very clear. If you are a man and you say you can't be vulnerable with a woman and or you can't be friends with women, you probably need to be in a relationship with the man. That's all I'm saying. And
I'm soft.
A gay man
like you actually
is like, yeah, I'm not physically attracted to women in that way, like sexually, but I am willing to be in a relationship with a woman because there are so many more benefits, to being in a relationship way beyond sexual gratification and satisfaction, right? And that is very freeing, I would imagine. Women also, a lot of women also, because they're marrying the men, right? They're marrying the men. A lot of women also, they have freed themselves in that way. And they are happier and healthier. Because if you're telling me that women's options are to marry a cishet man, get into a relationship with him, and more than likely end up getting abused and used versus marrying a gay man and living happily ever after because he respects you and like he said, he's a girl's gay or whatever you want to say, and he's loving and he's affectionate and he's intimate and I'm not meaning like, I'm talking about not the physical type. He's truly intimate. He's vulnerable. You know, if I were a woman, that sounds very, you know, sounds enticing. Sounds enticing. And again, if you flip it around for me, and again, you can be in a relationship with a person that you can be completely vulnerable with. You can be honest with because he's a man. That's what men say. I can only be honest with my friends, with my male friends. Okay. All right, cool. Stay away from women then.
Right. What? Wow. Problem solved, guys. There you go. All that frustration and hatred, where you could sit and talk about this shit for 8 hours on a panel because you hate women so much. Hang out with your homeboys. That's cool. Why I gotta sit here waiting for you to figure your shit out? I'm just gonna go hang out with my gay friend. I don't get, yeah, seems pretty. Yeah. But meanwhile, y'all over here on this bullshit right here. Y'all over here on this bullshit right here.
Read. She got to you. So I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like you don't have to know how to read.
Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit at a restaurant. Like it's mad shit you got to read.
You saying that? You just got to know what you like.
You know what I want.
I'm just gonna need y'all to just figure that out first before you start talking to anybody. Actually, y'all need to talk amongst yourselves or keep that amongst yourselves. Okay? Nobody wants that. Like, what? If that's what you want to do, go on right on ahead, but don't expect women or anybody else that doesn't subscribe to that bullshit to be attracted to you in any way. Problem solved. Hang out amongst yourselves. I heard there's a white people town where they do whatever, where you guys can just hang out by yourself and do that shit. Go do that shit over there. Leave everybody else the fuck out of it. All right. Oh, dang it. Did I oh, here we go. What's the next timestamp? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for being here, y'all. I'm just chilling. It's been a nice break, relaxing. Where was I? We're gonna keep doing this one. Oh, 16. All right. 1655. 1655. Hope you guys like my singing while I find things. It's my elevator music. Going to 1655. Almost there. YouTube can't flag me for that. That is original. Add to stage. Going to start it now. Why is it doing that? Okay, there we go.
Did you hear what he was saying? He said he's like, yeah, it doesn't sound like they're in.
So there's another story similar, but this guy's actually, he has a kid with the person that they're with. I don't know if they adopted. He didn't detail that, but has a wife, whatever. Same story. So this is after that clip, just so you guys know.
An open relationship. They're monogamous, from what I can tell. He's like, there's way more important things than sleeping with, you know what I'm saying, than having that physical intimacy. The real intimacy is the one where you can feel safe. Men also talk about how they only feel safe with their friends. Emotionally safe, again, because their friends aren't going to judge them like women are going to judge them. Right? Think about it, men. You don't have to hide your porn from your homeboy. Your homeboy doesn't care. He's watching.
And also, ain't nobody judging you. I don't give a fuck about what you got going on. You think, oh, women are gonna judge. I might look at you stupid because you acting stupid, but I ain't no Judge Judy. I might respond accordingly to the way that you're behaving, but I ain't gonna be no Judge Judy about what it is that you choose to do in your private time. As long as you're not all over here, I don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta be like weird around me, bro. Like, actually, I'm active. We nice people over here. We just cool over here. You don't have to like be all weird and shit. I don't know. I don't get it. But hey, what do I know?
Porn too. Y'all can watch porn together, maybe. I don't know. Whatever you're into. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all are really. This is really showing me how repressed heterosexual men are, because y'all really need to be in relationships. A lot of y'all need to be in relationships with each other. I'm not saying most heterosexual men. Again, most heterosexual men, I think, would be bad in both, with both men and women. But I think there is a large group of heterosexual men, just like there's a large group of heterosexual women that, you know, I think would fare well in a relationship with somebody of the same sex. I think there are women who get married and are in relationships with women of the same sex and they're not gay, just like there are women who will marry a gay man and they're, you know what I mean, and the woman is a woman, a cishet woman, you know. So I think there's a lot to it, man. I think that society needs to, men, aka society, we just need to we need to grow. Let loose the restraints a little bit. You guys think if you think I'm tripping, listen for yourself. Listen to the point he's making, which he has never read the study. He just screenshotted, you know, he hasn't read the study. He doesn't understand what it's really saying. But that's not the point. If you listen to what he's saying, what he gets from it, how can you come away thinking anything but he should probably either be alone or be in a relationship with another man?
So everybody wants
to know. All right,
what
I'm not
my
gonna play this.
is.
I'm gonna skip because I'm actually quite tired of listening to stupid people tonight. But basically what happens here is this guy is looking at this chart talking about who, like, domestic violence within lesbian women and all it's stupid. Whatever. So we don't need to listen to that. It's a waste of time. I'm not gonna even put you through that. Let me just find this other timestamp for you real quick. But no, for real, like it would be healthier for them. Just be roommates. Why can't you just live with your best friend? Y'all don't even have to like be physical like that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Figure it out. Why the fuck we gotta be here? The fuck? 2250, I think, is where I want to go. Do 2250, almost there. Scrolling through these damn videos is hard.
It's almost as if he knows what he's saying is odd, to say the least. Watch.
I'm just saying. Now I know y'all gonna get in the comment section. I'm just going to be gay. I'm sure the sign language is gonna show up. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah.
No comeback for that. He don't even have a comeback for that. He can't even say like, well, that doesn't make sense or that's homophobic. Or it is a logical conclusion based on what you're trying, like the inference in your statements right now is that men would fare better if they were with men. The misogyny might be making you, you know what I'm saying? The misogyny might lead me. I mean, kind of like what's happening with like Nick Fuentes and them. I mean, they're so misogynistic, right? They despise women and they're dating each, like it's okay. Like Nick Fuentes says it's gay to date a woman, but it's okay to date a cat boy. Like, I'm like, all right, that's crazy. You're so right. You're back left again. You're going so far off the reservation trying to make this point that women are so devious and you can't trust them and all of that. You ran right into maybe you might as well just be with the man. Maybe. And this is not me. Like, I want you guys to understand. I'm saying all of this stuff in complete seriousness. I have to reiterate this. I do not want you to think for 1 second I am playing around, because I am not. I am 100% serious.
Sir, we are in a complete 100% agreement with you, but this shit is hilarious for a multitude of reasons because it's just so funny. It's almost like karma. And then it's embarrassing. And also, it's so simple. It's just like, that's what makes it so funny. I don't know. But also, I get that you're serious, sir. I get it. But it's just hilarious. Come on, let us enjoy it, though, for real. That shit hilarious. They hella mad because they know it's true. Hold on, let me make sure that wasn't the end of my timestamp. 24:44. Is that where I am? Yeah, pretty much.
And I want to make sure that we are calling the things what it is, because I didn't even know this was a thing until I started to like look into this. But I'll let them explain it. I follow this guy here on TikTok. He makes like videos, usually he does like rankings. It'll be like rank what are the 7 largest cities in the world, and he'll rank them or whatever. Just interesting little mindless stuff, just cool little factoids. I'm a factoid kind of geeky person, so I like stuff like that. But anyways, he posts that type of stuff. I've seen him before. I literally thought he was gay, but then he said he was married to a woman. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, it didn't matter to me either way, but I thought he was gay. Then he said he had a wife. And I was like, oh, interesting. Never thought anything about it ever since then. That's how easy it is to convince men that you're not gay most of the time if you have a wife. And that's what a lavender marriage is about. But he'll explain it better.
I'm gay and I married a woman, and we want to talk about the problem with lavender marriages. So first of all, we are not a lavender marriage. We refer to ourselves as mixed orientation. And the difference is a lavender marriage suggests that the queer person is still hiding their identity from the world and using the non-queer person as a sort of beard or shield so that people still think they're a hetero.
And it's kind of a trendy thing right now. And I think they just have not found the better term to describe what people are actually doing. I think in this day and age, a lavender marriage is more of a marriage of convenience, where two people either are like, let's get married because we haven't found our person, or because it conveniently will be better to not spend life alone.
Yeah, but we are soulmates. We are not married because of convenience. We are married because we love each other and want to be together. And there's no other option for us. Mm-hmm. And also, I'm out and proud. I don't hide this from the world. And I believe that it is so much better for the queer person to be able to still hold on to this identity and say it to the world so they can speak their truth.
Yeah. I agree with that. I also, as a cishet person, I'm not one of those people where I'm like, you need to just come out or whatever, because I know that society still punishes people from the queer community. And until we can protect everybody from the queer community, at least the vast majority of them, then, there's always going to be people who don't want to come out. Right. But with that being said, though, yeah, that's what it is. It's mixed orientation relationship. I think a lot of cishet men need to think about being in mixed orientation relationships, even maybe with gay men. I don't care. Because you guys really do, like, you're not good for most women, and you clearly, I mean, you have a disdain for women that leads to you harming women, but you have an undying loyalty to men. You know, it just seems like the smart thing to do would just go like the Chuck and Larry. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, or whatever, and go on and marry your homeboy, man. Right? I think you a lot of you cishet men need to start considering that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, that was such a relief to hear it from a regular thinking person that is a man, because they're few and far in between. Yeah, I think there were some Jerry Springer episodes where there were people in the closet that were like married and stuff. I wouldn't put it past that show to do something like that. Yeah. Okay, so we saw that. Let me know what you guys thought about him and the public offender. Shout out, all, credit really goes to, I'm glad that my algorithm threw me upon that, because that was a very interesting thing for me to stumble upon. And it just seems like such a good level-headed way of thinking that I think we should consider. You know what I mean? I think that would be a very helpful way for us to really fix a lot in society. So anyway, like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Let's see. Let me see if there's any flashy shit up in here that I could use. Oh yeah. There we go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all those things. I got another quick segment that we're going to go through because we got a few things to talk about, but I wanted to tie that up in a little bit of a bow for you, because I just felt like I wanted to because that all that noisiness, I felt like I really wanted to find a solution to that conversation last night, and I'm glad that seems to be a really good one, at least a solution. And also, please read. Let's not entertain that. Sir, what's this dude's name? Jules, whatever your name is. Don't do that. Don't say that. Just don't do that. Okay? Not good. Just don't talk. Actually learn how to talk, because that was terrible. I mean, read, please, sir. Dangerous. Dangerously stupid. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to our next segment. Let me just close out this last stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to get confused. I got too many tabs open, and I don't want to do that. All right. So I don't know if you guys know, but it's Thanksgiving. So we got we got Thanksgiving. It's turkey and all that stuff. Me and my mom are gonna go out to Alcatraz early in the morning, and take the ferry over to Alcatraz and have be a part of the sunrise ceremony that the Native Americans do over there. It's nice. It's actually really nice. So we're gonna go over there, do that, and then get home, take a nap, and then go eat. I'm gonna make whiskey scours, and then I'm going to probably fall asleep. That's usually how it goes. Weird ass Thanksgiving 2025. There's my banner. That's what I wanted. So anywho, let's keep that up for a while. All right, now let me go back to sharing my screen and pulling up that stuff too. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about some Thanksgiving things. This fool did the turkey. What is this? What is this? What is that? Okay. Here we go. Sorry, guys. I'm being slow. I'm just changing my segment over. Again, I will get really confused if I don't close tabs and stuff. So just give me 1 sec. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to make the green beans and I'm going to make whiskey sours for everybody. Use some egg whites. I just need some honey syrup, which I can make. I can get eggs, some whiskey. I have the bitters. Oh, lemon juice. That's what I was forgetting. Lemons and lemon juice. Hella easy thing to make. So, if you want to know the recipe, just hit me up on the Instagram or something. DM me. If you want to know how I make it. I shake them up with the egg whites and everything. They come out beautiful. Okay. 218. All right. I was over here running my mouth. I'm sorry, y'all. Boop, 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 boop. Share screen. I wanted to see this guy. This is some weird shit, man. Sorry, I got to put you through this. We were having such a good time. Beginning. I think I wanted it from maybe. No, I wanted it from 2. I'll just start it.
In America, and for that I'm kind of jealous. But Donald Trump, as is tradition, pardoned a turkey, and as is tradition, Donald Trump acted demented and truly out of control. Now, I'm going to show you a series of clips that are actually kind of, even for him, offensive and shocking. Okay. Now, before I do that, I just want to show you why independent media is so important, because this is how CNN covered this. So I'm going to show you how CNN covered it. And I'm going to show you what actually happened. Okay, so here's how CNN covered what is an insane, outrageous moment at the White House. That is typically supposed to be a lighthearted, fun moment for the country.
Gobble. We have seen President Trump really lean into his clemency powers in his second term, but he is officially giving a full and absolute presidential pardon to both Gobble and Waddle, two very lucky birds. Right now, over my shoulder, the president deeming them officially pardoned. Justice served here at the White House the 78th annual National Thanksgiving Turkey presentation, and we've really seen the unpredictability and joy of a presidential event with live animals. The president frequently interrupted by loud squawks throughout his speech, and he had a little bit of fun with this Thanksgiving roast. The president called Gobble a very important beast. He granted him a full, absolute, and unconditional presidential pardon. He also poked fun at former President Joe Biden's use of the auto pen. He said, "I have determined that last year's turkey pardons are totally invalid." He also joked that he would have called them Chuck and Nancy, but he wouldn't have pardoned those two, of course, referring to Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. He also called those birds fat. They both weigh in at about 50 pounds apiece, but said that Secretary Kennedy did certify them as MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. But two very relieved birds hatched in July. They have been preparing their entire life for this moment, getting ready, getting used to loud sounds and music and bright lights before riding the gravy train here to the White House.
Bro, you're going to freak out when you see what Donald Trump said. So that's how CNN.
So, what the fuck? I know, really, truly. Like I said, you guys, for any new watchers that see this later, I do not click on the source material if I can help it. I have to find my news through people like this because I'm not giving them my view at all. Sorry, I'm just not doing it. These people are tripping. So That's why I always have a third person in the video that I'm showing you, because I'm not supporting them. So anyway, let's continue, because this is what really happened.
And cover this. Here's what he said.
Of every newspaper, it's out of control. The mayor is incompetent, and the governor is a big fat slob. He ought to invite
That's him talking about JB Pritzker.
us in, say, please.
CNN didn't talk about that, did they? They didn't talk about that. Someone said that the president of the United States used to be the utmost position of respect and dignity, one you tell your children to aspire to. And now, well, not JD Vance. Now, he also joked about sending turkeys to El Salvador.
But instead of pardon, some of my more enthusiastic staffers were already drafting the paperwork to ship Gobble and Waddle straight to the terrorist confinement center in El Salvador. And even those birds don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Those are tough. I'd like to thank the president of that country. They do a rather efficient job. It's going to be the largest prison in history. I've never seen anything like it. And a lot of people are behaving on our streets now. You know, Washington, D.C. is considered a safe zone. This was one of our most unsafe places anywhere in the United States. It is now considered a totally safe city. I won't tell you about murders. We're having murders, like a lot of murders, on a weekly basis. We haven't had a murder in 6 months.
That's not absolutely not
so
true.
we just
That's
talking about murders right now, bro.
That's a big lie. Now, Donald Trump went on to speak more about JB Pritzker. Now,
we ain't even got to look at all that. So we just talking about murders, just all casually and shit. On Thanksgiving, after we just parted in a turkey. What? That's weird, bro. What are you doing? Somebody, Ivanka, hello. Your dad is tripping. Where are you at? He didn't even murder. He talking about there weren't enough murders. There was murders. Thanksgiving. That's what you talking about. Murder. Well, I guess that's appropriate if you really want to go about the history of Thanksgiving. But is that what you're referring to? Seriously, fucking wild, dude. Like, what the fuck? All right, you guys. So this is what we doing. This is what we doing, America. That's what we doing on Thanksgiving. Calling people names. Okay. Well, I ain't even doing the rest of that. We got to continue on to some more important shit, because this idiot is exhausting. Hey, fuck that dude, man. Okay, yeah, let's just continue down this line. So, yeah, we got this going on. A mass blackout. It started today. So if you guys didn't know about that, I hope you can see it. I think that's about as big as I can get it. Mass blackout, November 25th, December 2nd. I'll put this up after I let Homeboy explain it, though. Let me do that first. Where's Aaron? Oh, is that the same one? Sorry. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't put that one up. Anyway, y'all know the boycott. Whatever. No work, no projects, no spending, no events, no restaurants, no backing out. Prepare for the impact. To prevent spikes spending before and after the blackout, we ask that all participants purchase goods needed from community-owned stores and markets leading up to and after the dates. This helps with sustained impact and keeps our money out of mega businesses' pockets. That's how they spelled it. Coordinated national pushback, maximum local impact. So yeah, please do this. You can hit me up if you want some earrings or something for the holiday. I'm putting together a puzzle that I'm gonna glue together, and like kind of have it so you can put it on your wall. I'm gonna, just be doing some art and stuff, making some little doodads, keychains, and things. Little small like stocking stuffers and whatnot. So, anywho, but yes, I wanted to let everybody know about that. So, what's next? Y'all can still see and hear me, right? Let me go check. So yeah, I hope we participate. Participate as much as you can. Like hold yourself accountable. Oh yeah, this is the whole thing to look at. Get some experts to talk about this shit.
Making short clips of my podcast. So the AI, folks, for almost a year, the boycott of Target has been going on all across the country. It has had devastating impacts on Target's stock price as well as its.
These things are important. Like it's had impact. Like it works. So let's run these pockets, you guys.
Revenue, and of course, Black Friday takes place where all of these companies are looking to get as many people into their stores as possible. And guess what? That Target blackout, that Target strike, that Target fast, it continues. It has never stopped. Joining us right now is the person behind the Target fast, Pastor Jamal Bryant. Glad to have you here. So, Pastor Bryant, we've been covering this, and one thing we've talked about is the continued action, to get people to understand that this thing is real. It's happening. And people have been saying, well, what about other companies? And we said, well, hey, first of all, you need to understand what happens with one company. How do you build that? Earlier, we were talking about the Montgomery bus boycott. That was a 382-day boycott. The 7th anniversary was actually next Friday, December 5th. And this boycott has been working. Target refuses to actually come to the table to talk about how they're going to fix it. And so as a result, we still are staying away.
No, we pressing all gas and no brakes. And so in the fourth quarter of the year is where companies try to turn around. It's called Black Friday because companies are trying to get out of the red. We've got over $2 trillion worth of spending power, but we've not done it in a targeted way, no pun intended. And so this weekend, we're asking people significantly not to go to Home Depot, not to go to Target, not to go to Amazon, but to spend expressly with Black businesses.
And obviously, when we talk about this, there have been efforts to sit down with them. You were part of a meeting with their previous CEO, who's now chairman of the board. And listen, they've made a decision that they're not going to really move forward. Frankly, so many of them are scared to death of Donald Trump and their constant attacks on DEI. And so they've decided that kissing his butt is more important than listening to the Black consumer.
Bloomberg has now listed Target not as a safe stock. When we started the Target fast, Target was at $145 a share. It has now plummeted to $83 a share. The CEO that Roland just referenced is transitioning to be chair of the board. The new CEO starts, if you can believe it, on the first day of Black History Month. They have had market share losses for 3 consecutive quarters, and they've given no acknowledgement to the impact of the movement. But I want to thank all of you who are a part of this community, who have driven the extra mile, have turned a blind eye, and have not supported Target and standing with the movement. I'm grateful.
If I go to...
Okay. So that's what's going on, y'all. We need to go ahead and run these pockets. We need to go ahead and make sure that we contribute to getting ourselves out of this situation. Like, we can't just like not do anything, y'all. We got to be able to sacrifice some shit. Like, otherwise you ain't gonna have literally anything. So what's it gonna be? You know what I mean? We can't just, we gotta do something about it. We're just sitting like ducks right now. And we're not being proactively getting ourselves out of this situation. Anyway, I think we are pretty much done with our rundown. I got my exit messages. Oh no, there's one more boycott I wanted to show you guys. This one's important. I just heard about this one.
And Campbell Soup, you ain't got to worry about me going down the aisle y'all own in the supermarket. Campbell Soup exec caught saying some very, very disrespectful things. Campbell Soup for poor people. He don't even buy it because it's 3D printed meat.
And on another note, fuck Campbell Soup.
Oh, I was supposed to go to a timestamp for that one. Sorry, because he said a little bit more. 440. Sorry about that, guys. Scrolling on the computer. Not really my favorite thing to do, but that's okay. We'll do it anyway.
Going down the aisle that y'all own in the supermarket no more. And Campbell Soup, you ain't got to worry about me going down the aisle y'all own in the supermarket. Campbell Soup exec caught saying some very, very disrespectful things. Campbell Soup for poor people. He don't even buy it because it's 3D printed meat. He don't know where the meat coming from. It's genetically, all this stuff, okay? Now, the person who recorded it used to work at the company, right? Now, when the person recorded and he found out about it, they don't say, that's not true. They don't say, oh my God, that's false information. They say, we gonna put out a lawsuit because I was being recorded without knowing or not to my knowledge. Is this the truth here? Is this what we're doing? Campbell Soup, listen, y'all can come out and say all y'all got to say, but you only got to tell me one time and one time only, that y'all shit ain't right. Listen, y'all right in that same place of the supermarket as Kool-Aid for me. I ain't going down. I don't do that no more. Okay, that was back in the day. A nigga get a sniffle around here, go drink some ginger tea. You'll be all right. We'll figure it out. Fluids, okay? I'm just here to bring y'all the news, but apparently this situation with Campbell's, they not denying it. But whether it's the truth or not, that's up to you to understand. You tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm just a messenger.
So yes, that's what they doing right now. Oh, sorry, buddy. I got you looking all messed up. Here, let me just take you off the stage. See, probably a really nice guy. I ain't gonna do that to nobody on the internet. I don't even know that dude. Anyway, but yeah, Campbell's, apparently they tripping. So that's one to just be like, yeah, I mean, I can't even remember the last time I've had Campbell's. I never buy Campbell's. Like, if I'm gonna have to get some like sick people soup, I like the progressive one. That one's okay. Like when you can't really like get much down, progressive and some saltine crackers, that's fine. Or the like I think I like the Mistrone. It's kind of like a red one, but it's not Campbell's. I don't know who that is, but anywho. All right, we on our exit messages. So thank you for being here. I got some funny funs. Oh, y'all almost let me forget. Oh no, I gotta look this up. I ain't going nowhere. No. Okay, let me just close some tabs because I can't find my way around this bitch no more. Hold on. Let me go on YouTube. So only thing that's kind of annoying is that Hot Ones, Keke Palmer. Palmer and Sean. Yeah. There was like a short. Hopefully it pops up. Hold on. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna show you the other ones first, you guys, and then I'll look this up while I'm just gonna email it to myself because I watched it earlier. I just gotta look on my other thing. So it sucks because I'm on the Millennial Gaze account, but I need this account. I need my to like do this on StreamYard, but all my stuff is on my account, so it's kind of okay. So this was this is in relation to our men, but this guy seems to he's funny. He's just being but he's right, in a funny way. So I thought I'd make a little bit of light of it. Okay, I'm gonna redo it for you. Can you hear it?
Oh,
Nah,
dead ass. Me and my duty wife get into an argument.
Was it
and she
muted?
decide to leave
I'm
me.
sorry, you guys.
Wait, I'm falling off the bone.
Let me
Feminism on hood.
Can you hear
Hold
it
on
now?
real quick. Let me tell you what jailed my Glock. Problem with relationships these days is that niggas is too nonchalant. Not me. Nice to meet you. I'm Shaline. Oh God, wench, do you hear my heart crying out for you? Nah, dead ass. Me and my duty wife get into an argument and she decide to leave me. Wait, I'm falling off the bone. Feminism on hood.
Don't break his heart. He seemed like a nice guy. I like his Instagram posts. So there are guys out there. There are guys out there. I'm sure there's some really good ones out there. Few and far between. But the really dumb, loud ones, they're just loud and shit. You know what I mean? Oh, let me change my banner. They're just loud and stuff. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it. They're out there. Or hey, marry your gay friend. I heard it works. Work it out, man. We don't have to be alone here, you guys. Technically me and my ex-husband are still married because divorce is like $1 million fucking dollars. So he's out in Cincinnati, but we are still married. I actually sent him money today. He was like, yo, I got you back. We have each other's backs, if we need help. I still got the cat right here, Annabelle right there, sleeping. Let's keep it that way. But as soon as I bet I get on this puzzle, she gonna wake up. It's like clockwork. But yeah, anyway, I got one more exit message for you. Oh, hold on. Let me. I can't multitask that fast, you guys. That's just doing too much. Also, my computer is almost. Plug that in. I don't want to die right before I'm up trying to close out the thing. Okay. I should be able. Ooh, there's a new Josh Johnson on. I just saw it on my phone when I was just looking. So if you guys, every Tuesday he does like a new stand up on YouTube. Josh Johnson. Go check it out. Let's see. Where's this short that I watched? It's in my history that I watched today. Oh, here it is. Okay. Now I'm going to share it to my email and then I'll be able to grab it from there. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Cat Williams is my favorite comedian, by the way. Funny you bring that up. He's number 1, and then a close second is Chris Rock. I think Chris Rock is number 2. And then there's a whole bunch of others that kind of just go that from there, but Cat Williams is my favorite for sure. Refreshing, but yeah, what y'all doing? Throw some your favorite Thanksgiving stuff in the chat or in the comments after. If you watch this in post, throw some of the foods and stuff, or what y'all doing. I already told you about my whiskey sours. I already told you about yeah, I'm doing the green beans. And then there's gonna be a whole bunch of other stuff. We going to Alcatraz to do the sunrise ceremony with the Native Americans, and then football. Everybody else watches football. I usually smoke weed and go to sleep. I might even just go live on Instagram or something. Because sometimes I end up being kind of like by myself on holidays now these days. Because it's just me and my mom, and like my stepdad's here, but he's very kind of like quiet, minds his own business. So I don't know. I'll see what happens, but yeah, we'll see. Anywho, all right, I got this link here. I'm pulling it up for you. This is so cute, by the way. Ooh, macaroni, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm always ready for macaroni.
Start by talking about my favorite Keke Palmer song and video, Got Me Effed Up, because it plays on this idea of people underestimating your savage.
I'm refreshing. I'm refreshing.
This one has a little sweetness to it.
Have you ever had a crush on a guest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer.
Yeah. You've been around the block too many times.
You set me up, Sean. By the time I get to there.
I can't set you up. You know too much.
Guys aren't putting enough out there to
They're
get
not
back.
thirsty enough.
They're not thirsty enough. I need the thirst. I need to be thirsty, honey. I mean, your body looks so nice and trim. I feel like for you to have this kind of gig, I don't know how you're doing it. You look great.
In cardio, you know? You just got to run away from the wings. That's the only way. So I want to start by talking about my favorite Keke Palmer song and video, Got Me Effed Up, because it plays on this idea of people underestimating your savage side. Around 6 or 7, I think.
Oh, so you expected me to break, huh? Okay. We'll see about that, Sean. I really appreciate you for letting me come on here.
I appreciate you for coming in and eating chicken wings and answering my questions. Oh! Bad Keke. Bad Sean.
To the one and only Sean Evans. I owe everything to you, baby. And there's one more thing I like to say, Sean, because I saw an interview where you said like I was your favorite guest, you know, and all this really sweet stuff. And I know we've just had some wings, but I thought that maybe we could just have a quick smooch to see if there's a spark.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
This one has a little sweetness to it.
Okay, yeah. I ship it. I have like a whole list of ships that are like my favorite. Actually, I have a on my other YouTube channel, May Money in the Building. I have a episode where I listed my favorite ships from like top 10 ships from like TV shows. I really sat there and had a whole list of all of my favorite like Nick and Jess from New Girl. I liked Helga and Arnold from Hey Arnold. I like Bellamy and Blake from The 100. Bellamy and Clark from The 100. Rick and Michonne. Gossip Girl. Chuck and Blair. I mean, yeah, I got a few of them. So yeah, I love that stuff. They're cute. Get together. I heard that her ex dude was an asshole. He seems nice. I actually really like Sean Evans. I've done the Hot One challenge a few times. Actually, the first time I lost my hearing, and then the second time I was just in so much pain I had to like run laps around the building, around the block like twice, just to kind of not be in my body for like oh, I see. I didn't know. That's what I kind of heard from the comments after I was like just kind of like happily scrolling through. I think it's cute. Go ahead and do it. See, it can all work out. We don't gotta be all, there's tenderism, and there's other options for relationships. You can marry a homie. I'm sure you'll be totally happy, even if y'all don't even like have that sort of physical intimacy or attraction. Like, as long as be roommates. I don't know. Yeah, I think everybody be happier. All right, we got one more that pertains to our Thanksgiving messaging. Okay. Do. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think about ships. Throw some of your favorite ships in there. Oh, what is this one? Okay. Okay. Almost got it.
I did, just like you helped yourself to a third marriage. You should be less concerned about what I'm putting in my mouth and more concerned about what your president is putting in his, because newsflash, it's not the truth. You don't think Trump's in the Epstein files? Sure. And aren't you not allowed within 500 feet of a school? Uncle Ed, you don't think that Jonathan Bailey should be the sexiest man alive because he's gay. So you have opinions on who should be the sexiest man alive. Sounds like the calls come from inside the house. How does it feel to know that Vance is my vice president? How does it feel knowing that your vice president raw dogs his couch? You think Pete Hegseth is a stand-up guy? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. How many DUIs do you have again? All immigrants are dirty. Didn't you miss Thanksgiving last year because you got scabies? Don't get brave. Christy Gnomes is doing an amazing job. Great. Let her dog sit for you. See how amazing that turns out. Trump's a genius. Bold statement to make, seeing as he barely passes dementia screening and says acetaminophen like it's a new Pokemon. You think I'm a liberal snowflake? How many days did you cry when Starbucks announced the new holiday cup and it didn't say Merry Christmas on it? Oh, being trans just doesn't add up to you. You have 5 children from 4 different women and pay 0 in child support. That math ain't math then. Did I help myself to a third plate? I did, just like you helped yourself to a third marriage. You
Very fun. So happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here. I had a good time. What about you? I'm glad I was just kind of like energetic. I slept for like 3 hours today. Oh, I know. Yeah, he does Jesus in entry interviews as well, and I love those. So follow him. I forget. Hold on, let me look at the name of. Oh, dang it, Mr. William Spreck. Mr. William Spreck. Yeah, thanks. Yay. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. I just kind of wanted to have a little fun, but also be, informative, but also have some fucking fun. That's what we doing today. Anyway, that's really all I got for y'all. You know what? I'm gonna type right here. If you guys ever want to go, I highly recommend you type in that. You got to put the little apostrophe after the duh in the building for it to really pull up. But or you could just click that actually. And if you really want to go and see like my old YouTube life and find that video that I was talking about, it's like top 10 ships or something. I have a whole bunch of top 10 like things that I used to do. So if you're curious, it's right down there in the chat. Anyway, you ain't got nothing to do and you want to hang out. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna tap in with y'all later. Maybe Katie's Corner will be tomorrow. She kind of seems like she kind of wants to do more of her stuff too. So make sure you just check out the Instagram. Let me put that up too. Because I keep you updated on when we're gonna do a show, even though I kind of didn't do that today, but I'm gonna get better at that. I promise you guys, I'm organizing my life. All right, anyway, keep it gangsta out there. I will see you next time.
All I said was there's evil afoot.
Evil!